Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of For What It's Nerd. Today we are doing another unboxing. I had planned to do a episode on some trailers that have been coming out the past week, but I feel like it's actually a slow enough week to where this is a better thing to do. So we're going to be unboxing the Witcher Path of Destiny board game. I've had this sat on my shelf for a while ready to unbox, it's just I haven't got around to it. So here we are with another board game from The Witcher. I did have the Old World, which I've done previously. I don't remember if I unboxed that on here, I unboxed that elsewhere, but this is a different game. The Old World is based, funnily enough, years before Geralt. This is set in the time of Geralt, this one, The Path of Destiny. So I'm just trying to carefully take off that lid, but let's look at that art in the meantime. Look how gorgeous it is. The characters, of course, all based on their game counterparts here, but gorgeous art. And then we have the rulebook with the same art. And the game has a lot of cards. And the idea is you're playing as Dandelion, Geralt, Yennefer, Ciri. And you go around the world. And you do things. Like most games, funnily enough. So, yep, there's that. Now, I do have the minis, so we will go through those. I believe they might be in a separate box to this, because I think the minis weren't specifically part of this set initially. They have these kind of books that come with the, like, it's meant to look like a book once you obviously set it all up. 1 second. I mean, like, it's meant to look like a book to hold all your cards in and stuff, which is really cool. And they're based on, like, stories. So there's the Striga. The first one was The Edge of the World and Lesser Evil there. And you have your dashboards, which, of course, Ciri, Dandelion, Yennefer, Geralt, and Vesemir. So, interestingly, Triss isn't part of this. I don't remember if Triss was part of the other parts of the game. I'll have to check that. But, yep, there's the little boards to them and some other little cards there as well. Again, as usual with these, I don't want to open everything to the nth degree, so we're going to leave some of those, but we have a load of cards here that are kind of like the campaign, so to speak, it looks like, which is really cool. A lot of the cards here, of course, again, with enemies on them. And then we have, I think these are slots for the minis, I believe. This one's empty, you see. And then you have some minis there. I believe they might not be for the minis. I don't know what they might be for. But where is the sellotape on this somewhere? Or am I just struggling? There we go. So we have, oh, making loads of noise. These are shaded, by the way. I did get the shaded option out of the gate, so I might even just leave these like this. I've been trying to get around to painting minis for a long time, and I never get to it, but these are nice and shaded, so that's Geralt, of course. I lie, that's Vesemir, of course. That's Geralt, of course. 1 second, once it... Is it going to focus? I think not. There we go. Geralt. You have one of Yennefer there, which looks really cool. Dandelion, of course. So it focuses. Any second now, I'm sure. And Ciri there. Then you have some logos on this one as well, which is cool. Like the Witcher School logo there. Then, like, well, actually, that's the only logo I believe, but the other ones are kind of, oh no, there's another one there. So, like, cool little minis in this. Oh, there's like Dandelion's little instrument. I think that's meant to be, what's Kaer Morhen, I think. So loads of cool little minis there. And some, I think some enemies here as well. Let's have a look at these. I think this is meant to be from Lesser Evil, but I'm not 100%. It looks like the mage from that. Interesting. Then of course we have any amount of counters and pieces for that type of stuff, locks, etc. We have some cards here as well, which are smaller cards. And I think they're going to be like some kind of traits for the characters. And I believe this is the map. Now, because it is a map, and of course you guys need to see the map, I'm going to try as best I can to, in fact, to show you guys. Let's have a look. I might not be able to show it all on camera, of course, because it's going to be quite big, but I'd like to show you guys at least a bit of it to give you an idea of what the map of the game looks like. So, as you can see, it's gorgeous fabric as well. And then it's like came on, and it keeps on going, and it keeps on going, and it keeps on going, and it keeps on going. And it's pretty cool. I don't even think this is the map. I think that's just, I don't even know. It looks like an adventure book or something. Either way, very cool. It's got to be the map. I've decided it's got to be the map. We need to clean. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Dropping stuff. This is what happens when you do it. Well, I was going to say do it live, but do it unedited. This is not as tightly folded as it was initially. But this is the fun of an unboxing, right? Seeing how people mess up an unboxing as much as well, they do it right. Anyway, so that is box numero uno. And that is the base game. So that is all the things you would need to play the game initially. And we're going to just keep finding places for all this stuff because I've forgotten how it all went now. Was that like that? No. Oh, I see. No, I don't see. I'm lying to you all. How did that go in? Isn't that bad? Isn't that bad that we've got that out now? I don't know how to put it back in. Let's have a look. It's got to be like that. But like in reverse. Right? No. That's got to be for the map. Yeah, okay. There we go. See? I got there in the end. So. Did all of those go in like that? I don't think they did, you know. I think I'm just making this up as I go along. I'm hoping for the best. That can't have gone on there like that though, can it? Because then... Oh no. Oh no. Let's have a look. Let's have a look quick. See if we can work it out. That's not how it goes for sure. I think it's because that map's not as tight in as it was. Because otherwise that would go on pretty perfectly. Oh no. Okay. I'll tell you guys what. I will do this the best I can for now. That's not good. See, this is one thing Peralta is not good at. Getting stuff back into a box. I kind of don't love that the design of the box is based specifically on where the map goes, because that is going to be hard to get back in more than not. So what I'm going to do is, for now, because we have a lot more unboxing to do, and I'm going to hope the rest of the boxes aren't like this, is I'm going to just put everything in this box for now as best I can, as in like just throw it in, essentially. I've done it all wrong, but I'm going to worry about putting this box back together later. when I have a bit more time. Because right now, I think you guys want to see the rest of the boxes, right? I think that's probably a fair assumption to make. So that is box number 1. That is the base game. So let's move this off. At least everything kind of went somewhat back in. So that's box number 1. Now we're going to go through some smaller boxes. Because I've just picked everything up as I have, and these are on top, and I don't want to create an issue where I'm struggling to get stuff out. So I'm going to just go this way. I'm using my trusty pen that I always seem to use when I'm doing these things, because I forget to get scissors every single time. So let's unbox this, which is the Legendary Monsters box. I kind of like that it's a smaller box. It's kind of cute, actually. So this is the Legendary Monsters box. And what they've done with these is they've created little icons for them, as you can see. And you've got different ones for different. Let me see if I can get one of these other ones out. I'm struggling. As you can see, loads of different types of icons there. I think the idea here is to not clutter them up. I literally can't get one of these last ones out. We put these ones down. Is to not clutter the board with them. I literally can't get these out. There we go. With enemies, so they put them into here. So that's actually the same as well as the other ones. So very interesting concept to kind of make it into like little tokens rather than. But I like that they've made the tokens worthwhile within that, if that makes sense. These are still tokens that look cool on the board. I think a lot of the time I get dissatisfied with a game, and I understand why they do it to a degree, when a game has sort of cardboard little tokens, because it doesn't feel like worthwhile. But these, I think I did I add these on? I think I added these on to get like the other version, because I kind of like it when my tokens have a little bit more impact on the board. They look a little bit better on the board. So those are the legendary monsters pack. Then we have the Naglfar expansion here. There we go. Didn't need to use my trusty pen for that. We have the Naglfar expansion here, which is a small box for an expansion, but it's essentially a supporting piece to the Wild Hunt. And so you have a very nice ship model there, as you guys can see. Very nice. And with that, you have a Wild Hunt card, because this is a singular one, and it allows us to give an idea of what the rest of the game looks like. I've taken these ones out, so you've got the Wild Hunt cards there with Eredin on there, of course, and some kind of indications of what the Wild Hunt's doing. Then you have some cards for the Naglfar itself, Naglfar expansion itself, which can go on there afterwards. And you have some of those smaller cards that indicate what to do with the ship. So that is cool. That is pretty cool. See, some of these little ones you can get through pretty quickly, so that's pretty good. There is actually something else in here as well, which is the little rule book. Would you look at that? I missed that. So a nice little rule book there as well to explain what you do with the Naglfar, the small Naglfar expansion there. Let's get that back in there. Nice and simple for a change. There we go. Next we have Geralt on Roach, which is like, this was, I believe, the free kind of like, hey, if you You come and support the game, you get this for free upon launch, upon like, you know, upon launch of the Kickstarter. Well, it wasn't a Kickstarter actually. I think it was a GoFundMe. Not a GoFundMe. That's the wrong word. A game found. Don't know why I said GoFundMe. I think that's on the brain for some reason. This was on Game Found, I believe. But yeah, quite straightforward. A few little cards and a very, very stunning Geralt on Roach, which is a really nice mini, actually. We love that. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. I don't need to spend too long on that, I don't think. It's always I like when they kind of make Roach part of the game, because they, like the last time around, they put like there was an actual mini for Roach standing on top of a building, like he does sometimes in the game by accident. So it was kind of like an in-meta joke. So that was cool. So that's that one. Getting back to some a little bit bigger ones now. We've got the acrylic tokens. I'm just going to show you guys these quick. Probably won't take 2 seconds. Like I said, I do like my tokens to be a little bit more substantial. It means that you don't get this kind of same wear and tear as you would otherwise. And on top of that, they just look nice. And they make the game feel a little bit more involved when you do. But like, I'm not going to get all these out because it'll be crazy, but a nice colourful selection of tokens there. Some bigger, some smaller, of course. And of course, they will be across all of the expansions that we're about to look at as well, because there are some bigger expansions than just the smaller stuff I've been showing you so far. So those are those. We're going quite swiftly on this, actually. I'm quite proud of us. Usually I take all day on these types of unboxings. And by all day, I mean an hour, but this is the core game acrylic tokens. Sorry, so that the Tails ones that you've just seen were ones for like the separate parts of the games, like the extra stuff. This is the core game ones. Which is all of these boxes. I love the stark whiteness of the boxes, first of all, and then I love the art up on those boxes as well. These are a little bit damaged, the boxes, which I'm not super happy about, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. But there, these are a little bit more uniform as regards their token type, but a load of tokens there as well. And I again, you saw kind of what they look like outside of the box when we did the legendary beasts ones a little bit before. Can I get this box back closed? I'm sure I can, with a little bit of effort. There we go. Then we have the Wild Hunt expansion. Of course, whenever you do The Witcher, the Wild Hunt follows. It's like the big enemy of The Witcher, both in the games and in the books. So I'm not surprised that they've included Eredin here again, of course. But gorgeous art. So, yeah, there's Eredin's board. Well, the Wild Hunt's board, should I say, but Eredin, of course, is on the front there. And similarly to what we did before, there is a number of pieces below. A whole Wild Hunt party there. I wanted to decide what I was going to pick up. The kind of Wild Hunt symbol is a like kind of piece, and then you have another map here. Which, where's my pen? Oh no! I found it. I found it. Don't worry. Worry not. I found my pen. There we go. This one will hopefully go better to open than the last one, but we shall see. And this one has a gorgeous little icy area onto the rest of the map. So yeah, I think this is I think this game's like, compared to the old world one, this game's a little bit more card based and kind of like token based. I'm not against it. I'm a very big minis person. I like a mini. So like I kind of like invested in that in a way. So is that the right way? How's that not going on now? I think it's too high up. I feel like I'm gonna have to mess around with these boxes a lot because I feel like you're never going to always be able to get them back down to that size. So we'll have to see about that. So that is the next box again with these big cards. Gorgeous artwork on this as well, of course, as you guys are seeing, and then the boards there with Eridan, etc. So that's a nice little extra box there. The other expansion there. Next, we have a really cool one, which is, so these guys were really hype about the Witcher, like what the creators of the game, Go On Board, were really excited about the Witcher Ronin book that had come out a year or so before the game. And so they wanted to do a version of the Witcher Ronin for the game. So this is somewhat non-canon, but and I think does play as its own version of the game. I will move these off now, actually. 1 second. And does work as its own version of the game. But of course, is set in the same kind of... Oh, I've just knocked something off. Is set in the same... use the same game style, is what I'm trying to say. So there's Yennefer. There's Yuki Onna, which I think is meant to be a version of Ciri. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. I'm lying. Yuki Onna is their own thing. We have Ciri, Geralt, Dandelion. We do have Triss in this one. Triss and Vesemir. So Triss is in this set, which is interesting, isn't it? She must show up in one of the others. I'm just forgetting it. I have some gorgeous cards there as well. Look at that. And then we have... I love the art style of this, the Witcher Ronin stuff, because it really does take the best of kind of like a Japanese art style and add it to that Witcher world, and kind of... It's giving very much like how like Jedi and Star Wars are taken from the Seventh Samurai kind of inspiration, right? It's giving the same kind of vibe. I will say I'm running out of space more quickly than I usually would with this unboxing because of the fact I'm not being able to put everything away properly because I'm struggling with it. This is, oh my gosh, is this actual wood? It isn't, surely. I think it might be. That is insanely cool. Look at that. That is maybe one of the coolest things I own now. That is so cool. It's made out of wood. It smells amazing as well, which is a really weird thing to say, but it's true. Look at that. Like the colors, the art. I love it. This might roll up better. This might roll up better. Let me just get to rolling. That is, like, I mean, look at that. How could you not love that? This is rolling up much better. This one's going back in the box easily. But I mean, just the vibrancy of the red even. And just the kind of the dedication to kind of the idea of what they've made. And look at that. Oh my gosh. That I wish I could hang that. That's so good. That's going to go back in easily. Look at that. Nice and back in the box. Let's see if that goes over the top though. Does it? Look at that. We did it, guys. We actually managed to put a box away. That's actually going to be great. But I love the art style of the Witcher Ronin world. I love the book as well. If you guys haven't, you can still get copies of it. They did like a deluxe edition when they did the Kickstarter for that, because that was on Kickstarter. But yeah, I would love more people to get into this kind of Witcher Ronin vibe, because I think it's so cool. I think it's gorgeous. I mean, look at the character designs for them. I'd almost want a game in like a actual like video game in that style as well, because I think it could be really cool in and of itself. But you know, that's a whole other. That would be like so non-canon it hurts, you know. So, but I would love to see like a little like 10-hour Witcher game like that at some point. That would be insane. But that's Witcher Ronin, which I think is my favorite part of this so far. That alone was glorious, gorgeous. The first big box I can put aside without having to worry about what am I going to do with it afterwards. Now, I'm not going to open this one. Well, actually, I am, because I want to see what the card sleeves look like. But these are the card sleeves of the game to put all the cards into to protect them. They really went all out on this one. I think I've just slightly dented the box, which isn't great, but it's hard to open this, to be fair. There we go. To be fair, at least this one hasn't got art on, and once you've kind of used this box, you're probably not going to keep this one, because it's just card sleeves, right? Yeah, they're just plain card sleeves, but of course the different sizes to match the different things in the game. So enough for everything in the game. If you bought everything, you have enough card sleeves there to do that. I'm just going to move some of this rubbish off to the side for the time being as well, because there is a lot when you're unboxing about 7 boxes. And that's only so far. These are companions miniature sets, so a little bit more miniatures. Like I said, this game isn't fully non-miniature, but it's just a little bit more than is typical for what I go for. But it's because of that Witcher brand. You know, it's funny. I got into Witcher big time before the show. Like, so I got into Witcher. Like, I was playing the first. Sorry, I played the first, second, and third game. I didn't finish the first game, but I did play it to a degree. I finished 2 and 3. Knowing that the Witcher show was going to be coming out, I think I did. Well, I had already done that, and then the Witcher show was coming out. Sorry, but then knowing the Witcher show was coming out, I read the books as well because I wanted to like know that story ahead of that. And of course, the Witcher show hasn't been as great as everyone had hoped from like after season 1. But I love the Witcher world. I'm really excited for Witcher 4 when that comes out. I'll probably be playing that on my gaming channel. If you guys haven't seen my gaming channel before, that's Peralta's Place. And I'm really excited to kind of jump back into that world. I'm going to have to decide if I want to play 2 and 3 again. Maybe not 1, but 2 and 3 again ahead of time as well. So we have some companions here. And I have to admit, it doesn't say who they are. I think I could work it out if I had enough time. Some of them are definitely other witches. From the Wolf School. And you do have some of the dwarves there as well. That's a hard one to show, but... Let me see if it says the names on the back. So who do we have? We have Shani. Let's see if we can look by the box. So we have Shani, Milva. I'm assuming is that one. Wait, or is that Milva? Kira Metz, which I believe is that one. Vernon Roach. Zoltan. Lambert Neskel. Yeah. That took a long time to work out, but a lot of the big characters in the games there, of course, Lambert and Eskel especially, I was trying to think of their names. Do you know when you like? I've just said how I love the games, and I forgot their names when it came to this. I really didn't. Was it Eskel who was like his story was totally redone in the, or was it Lambert? I forget which one, but whoever got turned into a Lashy in the show, I hated when they did that. This is just a nice, straightforward little. That's for Geralt on Roach there. A board specifically for that character. We have a little counter of some kind there as well. And I hadn't realized before, but this is the actual legendary monsters. Because sometimes I buy these things and they come so far later that you forget what you've actually gotten. So this is the actual legendary monsters. I'm assuming the minifigs. / the expansion itself. So what we looked at before was not the actual monsters, it was the tokens. So my bad on that one. I lied a little bit. Well, didn't lie, more misunderstood a little bit. This one's quite a deep box because obviously the minis are going to be a little bit bigger. Nearly lost that there. Nearly lost it. So we have... I'm going to have to read what these are again, aren't I? Doesn't say. Does it say what they are on the top? So look at the figures. Like, really well done. So I can't think what they're called again. But I'm pretty sure that's one of the drowned creatures. I forget their name off the top of my head, but one of those. I'm sorry that I'm forgetting them. I'm making it out like I don't actually know this franchise at all now. That is the one. That's the fox from one of the stories in the comics. They're not comics. Why would I say comics? One of the stories in the original books. I don't know why I said comics. And I can't remember what it's called now. But I'm sure that's what it is. And then, of course, a Leshy there, which is a really cool figure. But those are really cool, and I'm sad that I can't remember their names. And I'm sorry that I'm dumb. And you're going to have to forgive me. I'm just not always that good with names. So there's that one. Oh. There's that one. Again, gorgeous art on the front. Love every single one of these boxes. So we have one more box left, which is the stretch goals box, which is huge on its own. Probably as big, if not bigger, than the base game in terms of size of the actual box. We're nearly there. Nearly there. I just throw stuff around this room when I'm doing these unboxings. Like, I come off from these videos and there's like just so much stuff everywhere. It's stressful. And I'm balancing stuff on other stuff and it's like crazy. So here we have a lot more to add to the game. As you can see here, other tales to be had. You have A Grain of Truth. You have Skellige. You have Doppler, which ironically they did the Spider-Man meme for, which I love. And then Golden Dragon and The Last Wish. So all of your books essentially. And some tokens, which of course we have other versions for. And I did think, I was wondering, so we have Triss here as a playable character. We have Lethal, the Viper School. I'm right in thinking it's the Viper School, right? You have Yarpen. You have Dijkstra. And of course, one of the favorites of all time, Emil Regis. So those are really cool. You have so much stuff here. You have a little like notes for keeping track of coinage and stuff, I'm imagining, because there's that coin thing, which is really cool. You have Scaliga stuff here, which opens up. Oh my gosh, like look at the detail. Opens up. I'm scared to open all this because I feel like it's going to go wrong for me. I really do feel like it's going to go wrong for me. But we have some gorgeous little pouches there. Some letters, essentially, with cards in. Like, so much detail has gone into this. We have the golden dragon back there, which I don't really want to get out because I feel like that's going to go wrong. But another minis back there, which I'm assuming includes the characters we've just seen, and some pencils. How nice of them. More tokens there. And of course, all your adventure stuff there as well. That is sort of it. I know I do feel bad sometimes when I go through these relatively swiftly, but I don't want to get everything out because, like I say, I already am running on minimal space when I do this, and I'd rather give you guys kind of a brief overview, like an understandable overview of things, rather than I'm concerned about that now because those are going to get. Can I like ease those down instead? May not be better like that. I don't know. I'll have to look at that because I don't know if I love that they're just kind of. But then again, they've put them in the box like that and they've sat like that for weeks on my shelf and they've not had anything go wrong yet. So maybe it's okay. I don't know. So I just put this back on and just hope and pray. Okay. I think we just hope and pray. So honestly, another pretty cool set there, of course, as you guys can see. I love doing these unboxings. I really do. I think they're probably going to come to an end before long, though. And the reason for that is I'm running out of space to accommodate all these board games. There's still going to be a number to go. Probably going to be, I'm saying that it's probably going to be another year before it actually stops because there's loads that I still have ordered before I've decided to say this. But I really do feel like maybe it's coming to an end for this kind of period because I do not have the room. I don't have my own place for all this stuff. So it's a shame, but I'm enjoying it whilst we have them, whilst we're able to do them still, and I hope you guys enjoy them. There is one more thing that is separate from the game, but it did come with it, and that is the Witcher Path of Destiny art book. Now let me see if I can get into this easily enough. I think I have. Yeah, there we go. Maybe not, again, the best way. But I haven't marked it, so that's what matters. And so this is the art book for the game. And all the art you've seen so far is essentially being laid out. You've got the streaker here. You've got other stories from those original earlier books, some landscapes there. This is, I think, the first story in the Witcher books. What was it called? Lesser Evil, I think. It looks like. There, of course, you've got I forget his name, but the guy in the book who was a friend of Geralt's, but he's obsessed with a Striga. Not a Striga, a Bruxa. Scaliga there. and like just some glorious, gorgeous art. Dragons. The Last Wish, I think. The Wild Hunt. And some of the characters. Dandelion and Geralt. And of course the map laid out there as well. So a really nice, succinct art book, but really a really nice way to top off our experience with The Witcher: The Path of Destiny. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, let me know as always. Like I said before, there will be probably some more unboxings coming, but they are a limited adventure. You know, I probably have another like 4 or 5 on the way, which is a lot in and of itself. But after that, we might have to stop, unless there's something like a new Marvel United season, because I won't be able to stop myself with that. But thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you guys for listening as well. And I'll see you soon for more For What Is Nerd. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.